when talking about points of concurrency, okay, here's what you need to know. It is the point where three, try that again. Where three or more lines intersect. So when they all meet up in one point, that is your point of concurrency. Okay, they are concurrent, we would say. So for the circumcenter, this is what I just told you on that worksheet, the point of concurrency of the perpendicular bisectors will get you your circumcenter. Okay, so when we have three perpendicular bisectors that meet up in a triangle or outside of a triangle, that is called your circumcenter. So in the homework, when you are asked to find the circumcenter, sometimes it's going to be from a graph. Other times it's going to be from points that are given to you. But think about what that is. If I want the perpendicular bisectors to get the circumcenter, then I need to find the perpendicular bisectors of this triangle. Anyone see how you could do that without your compass? Using the boxes. If it's a perpendicular bisector, we got to cut it in half and be perpendicular to it. Which two sides of this triangle are going to be the easiest ones to do that with? There's three sides to the triangle. What? The legs. Yes, this is a right triangle, right? This is your right angle. I don't want to try to have to find the perpendicular bisector of this. I can, but it means using the distance formula. Everybody loves the distance formula. And it means finding the equation of the line and taking the new slope, which would be perpendicular. Remember opposite reciprocals? So you can do it. It's just not recommended. Instead, what I would do, is I would take this bottom segment and think about what is the perpendicular bisector of that segment. So how long is that segment? How many units long? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So the perpendicular bisector is going to happen how many units in? 2, halfway. So cut it in half. Okay, that means it's going to be going through this point right here. And perpendicular to a horizontal line is what kind of line? A vertical line, right? So we're going to do a vertical line right here. That is the perpendicular bisector of this segment. Okay, so that's one perpendicular bisector. The other one that's going to be easier to do is if we do the perpendicular bisector of this vertical segment. That one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So we want to go halfway through, so 3 units, 1, 2, 3, and go perpendicular. What's perpendicular to a vertical line? A horizontal line. So you're going to go horizontally through that. Now, on the worksheet, we found all 3 of them, okay? Do we have to find all 3 to know where our point of concurrency will be? No, where the first 2 meet should be your point of concurrency, right? So that means my point of concurrency, my answer right now, is that point. And that point, how do you name that point?
2, 3.
2, 3. It's 2 to the right, 3 up. So it is the point 2, 3. That would be my circumcenter. Okay, that's the point that is equidistant from all 3 of your vertices, is how that works.
I see the notes for the bisector. Thank you.
Okay, this second one, you have 2 options. You could graph it. I don't necessarily recommend you graph it. It's a lot easier if you do what I'm going to show you right now. I like to look at them vertically, personally, just because it helps you to see what's the same and what's different. So if you think about, we're trying to find bisectors here, perpendicular bisectors, but bisectors, okay? If I find the bisectors of my x's and the bisector of my y's, I will get the point where they're going to meet up, assuming that we have the right situation here, which 99% of the time, this is how you're going to see it. So here's what we do. Take a look at our x's. You have a 0, a 3, and a 3. There should be 2 different values there. We have 2 different values, 0 and 3, right? You're going to take the bisector, the midpoint of those points. So between 0 and 3, basically we're saying 0 plus 3 and cut it in half. It's the midpoint formula, essentially, right? So perfectly between 0 and 3 would be 1.5. That's going to be the x value of your circumcenter. Okay? Do the same thing on the other one. You have a 0, and a 2. We want the midpoint between those two different values. So you have a 0, you have a 2. We're going to go 0 plus 2 and cut it in half. So 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So your circumcenter is going to be at the point 1.5, 1. So find the midpoint here, find the midpoint here, and you have your circumcenter. Does that make sense, Sebastian?
So what if the number was 0, 3, 4?
It won't be that way. That's what I'm saying. You'll always have two that are the same and one that's different. So you'll be able to just do this. If it doesn't work out that way for some reason, I think all of them will work out this way. But if it doesn't, graph it and see if you can find the midpoint on a graph. Okay, last thing is the in-center, and we've talked about this already, so this is not new information. But the in-center is just the point of concurrency of the angle bisectors of a triangle. Okay. So when they ask you to find an in-center, they're asking you to find the angle bisectors. When they ask you to find the circumcenter, they're asking you to find the perpendicular bisectors. So just keep that straight, which one is which. On the end of the worksheet, there's a little chart. You don't need to write this down because it's on that worksheet for you. But I just want you to see at the back of that worksheet, the way I always tell people to remember these is Pama Seco. So this is perpendicular bisectors, get you the circumcenter, angle bisectors, get you the in-center, okay? And then we'll learn the other two on Tuesday. But these are the 4 types of points of concurrency that you will get in a triangle, okay? Circumcenter, in-center, and then the other 2 are centroid and orthocenter. And we'll talk more about those tomorrow. We're not going to get into that today. But any questions on that stuff? Okay, your homework today is just a PDF. It's very short, but you're going to do it on the PDF that is in Canvas. Don't do it out of the book. Just do it on the PDF that's already there. It's literally just filling in some blanks, doing this type of stuff. And then make sure you finish your worksheet. Okay, I'm not going to have you submit the worksheet today, but I may have you submit the worksheet with your 5-4 homework once it's all done. So finish up that worksheet. If you need help, I will come around and help you because we have about 10 minutes right now before the bell rings. But otherwise, you are welcome to get started on that PDF for your homework. And if you have any questions, let me know.